We're studying monsters and submitting our thesis. That's right, it's Dungeonology from Ludus Magnus Studio. In this scholastic strategy game, players take on the role of aspiring students, investigating the denizens of a nearby dungeon, hoping to gather knowledge about the beasts within and submit the best thesis to win the game. Setup begins with each player taking a note board and choosing a scholar card, which they place standard side up. The attributes align with the scholar's skills to determine their value. Student's value, hand limit, speed, study limit, stealth combo, and knowledge combo. More on these shortly. Each player also takes a number of students equal to their student value and adds them to their board. Next, place the campus board nearby. This is the main progress tracker of the game. Randomly select a panic card and without looking at it, place it face down. Select or randomly choose an alert card and place it face up on top of the panic card. Then, without looking, randomly pick a clan card and place it face down on the right side of campus. Shuffle and place the randomizer deck, intern deck, jinx deck, and trick deck. After determining player order randomly, the first player takes 1 trick card, the second player takes 2 trick cards, etc. Set the boss card nearby along with the separately shuffled zone tiles divided by floor. First, second, and third. Take the starting tile and place it in the center of the table. Finally, take the university bag and place a number of students and infamous students in it according to the alert card. After that, you're ready to play. Gameplay occurs in turns, during which a player proceeds through 5 phases: thesis submission, rest phase, movement phase, action phase, end of turn phase. First off, in the thesis submission phase, if a player has obtained enough information cubes from the dungeon to have 2 stars on their board, they may try and submit their thesis about the local inhabitants. After moving their scholar to the encampment, they may then secretly look at the clan card from the campus and calculate their score, hoping to obtain the value of points on the top left of that card to successfully complete their submission. The points on their noteboard, indicated by the lowest revealed space in each column, are now modified by the clan card to calculate the total. If the player has enough points, they announce they've submitted their thesis successfully and the end of game begins. If not, they have to put the card back, in shame. Then they lose their highest value information cube and draw a jinx card, taking any penalties along with it, and their turn ends. Gotta make sure you get that knowledge before submitting, you know? Next, in the rest phase, the active player may rest, or must rest if they have 3 exhaustion tokens. When resting, the player moves to the starting tile, discards a jinx card, optionally discards any trick cards in their hand, and then replenishes to their hand limit. Replenishes their students from the bonfire if available, up to their starting limit, then ends their turn. Next up in the movement phase, the active player explores the dungeon. Based on their speed attribute, they may move through that number of zones in a turn. If they wish to explore a new zone, they reveal a tile from the pile and place it so at least one entrance aligns. If this isn't possible because of the architecture of the tile, place that tile on the bottom of the stack and draw another. When a player enters a zone, if the zone is new, place the indicated information cubes on the spaces. Then, check and apply any zone effects listed. Zone effects can be numerous. Scholars can be ambushed, receive good or bad luck, or even find stairs and secret passages that lead to new levels of the dungeon. Now it's time for the action phase, during which the active player may take 1 action: study, espionage, or a trick card action. When studying, the active player attempts to collect information cubes from their current zone by performing a stealth test, following these steps. First, they determine the alert value of the zone, which is printed with an eye symbol on the tile. This value can be modified by various game effects. Next, they determine how many information cubes they wish to attempt to gain in their turn. This value is limited by the scholar's study value on their scholar card. the zone alert value will be raised a few points for each successive information cube beyond the first. The active player may then use trick cards by discarding them and adding their bonus value to their stealth test, and adding their study modifier from their noteboard. At this point, opposing players, proceeding clockwise, may choose to play trick cards to alter the alert value of the zone. After each other player has had a chance to do so, the active player may then play additional trick cards to react to the new value. At the end of this test, if the player's stealth value is equal to or higher than the study value, they gain the cubes. If not, they fail to study those monsters, gaining an exhaustion token and drawing a student from the university bag. When performing the espionage action, the active player attempts to steal an information cube from another player. The alert value is set based on the level of information cube they are attempting to steal. Starting with the active player, each scholar in the interaction may discard trick cards to change the stealth and alert values. They alternate playing cards until both players pass. Without including the study modifier from the noteboard, they determine if the espionage was successful. If so, the active player takes the information cube. If not, they fail, gaining an exhaustion token and draw a student from the university. Very lax laws on plagiarism in this university, just so you know. Additionally, trick cards and some zone effects have action options that can be used in this phase, but that takes up their one action for the turn. After they take their action, the player proceeds to the end of turn phase, where they reveal any jinx cards they've acquired and suffer their effects, discarding any number of trick cards and drawing back up to their hand value, and then passing the turn. Players continue exploring the dungeon, studying the inhabitants, and tricking each other until the endgame, known as Maximum Alert, is triggered by one of three effects. If the first thesis is delivered, that player is out of the game, and we all go to the beginning of the Maximum Alert phase. If the infamous student reaches the panic card, we also go to the beginning of the Maximum Alert phase. If there are no more information cubes to distribute on a new zone tile, players then jump straight to the end of game scoring. Maximum Alert follows a few steps. First, reveal that panic card and apply its effect. Scholars now have to move to the encampment to submit any more theses. Additionally, the rest phase is gone, no new zones may be revealed, and if any more infamous students are drawn, the game immediately ends. Play continues during Maximum Alert until either all scholars submit their theses, or the game ends by an infamous scholar. Players now score their points, adding information cube points modified by the clan card. Bonus points for the order in which you completed your thesis, 10 points for first place, 7 for second, 5 for third, 3 for fourth, and 500 for Gryffindor! Any bonuses from intern cards or penalties from jinx cards. And the player with the highest score wins. And that's Dungeonology. I'm Becca Scott, and my thesis about orc migration patterns and how they relate to dwarven agricultural development is coming along nicely. You can watch me and my friends play this game and other games on Game the Game, right here on Geek and Sundry. We'll see you there.